Dust motes danced in the single beam of light piercing the attic's gloom. The air was thick with the scent of aged wood and forgotten memories. Daniel, flashlight in hand, navigated mountains of forgotten things. Each step he took stirred up more dust, making the air shimmer with tiny particles. He was searching for his grandfather's old compass, a family heirloom that had been passed down through generations. It was said to have guided his ancestors through many adventures. Instead, tucked in a dusty corner, he found a wooden box. It was hidden beneath a pile of old newspapers and forgotten trinkets. The box was ornate, engraved with celestial maps that seemed to whisper of forgotten lore. The engravings were intricate, depicting constellations and celestial events. Inside, nestled on faded velvet, lay not a compass, but a device that resembled a pocket watch, though far more intricate. The craftsmanship was exquisite, with gears and dials that seemed almost otherworldly. It hummed with an energy that felt both ancient and strangely familiar. Daniel could feel a subtle vibration emanating from it, as if it were alive. One dial was set for date, another for time. The hands of the device moved with a precision that was mesmerizing.
Could this be... No, it was absurd. The idea of a time-traveling device was something out of science fiction, not reality.
Yet, as Daniel held the device, he felt a pull, a connection that he couldn't quite explain. It was as if the device was calling out to him, urging him to uncover its secrets, a sense of infinite possibility. The device seemed to promise adventures beyond his wildest dreams, journeys through time and space that defied imagination. Daniel knew that his life was about to change in ways he couldn't yet comprehend. The first journey was small, almost hesitant. Daniel set the date and time for his high school reunion, the one where he'd fumbled, tongue-tied, in front of Sarah, the girl of his dreams. Back then, fear had paralyzed him. Now, armed with the knowledge of years lived, he was a man transformed, confident, witty, charming. He swept Sarah off her feet, just like he'd imagined all those years ago. He returned to the present, a triumphant grin on his face. The world felt brighter, lighter.
I have, I believe, corrected a mistake, claimed a missed opportunity.
But as the days passed, a nagging unease began to creep in. The thrill of rewriting his past became an addiction. He revisited his college years, altering a choice that led him down a different career path, one that brought him more wealth but less satisfaction. He went further back, preventing a childhood accident that had left him with a scar and a limp, a constant reminder of a summer day gone wrong. With each trip, Daniel chipped away at the man he was, attempting to sculpt a masterpiece from the raw material of his past. He believed he was in control, the architect of his own destiny, but he was blind to the intricate web of cause and effect, the delicate balance of his life that he was disrupting with every journey. The first sign was the silence. It was an unnatural, almost suffocating quiet that seemed to press in from all sides as if the world itself was holding its breath. His phone, usually buzzing with calls and messages, remained eerily quiet. No notifications, no missed calls, not even a spam message. It was as if the digital world had forgotten him. He went to work, but his colleagues passed him in the hallway, their faces blank, their greetings non-existent. It was as if he had become a ghost, a mere shadow in their lives. It was as if he was fading, becoming invisible, forgotten. The more he tried to interact, the more he felt like he was slipping away, like sand through fingers. Daniel rushed home, his mind a whirlwind of confusion and a dawning sense of terror. He couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong, that he was losing his grip on reality. He pulled out old photo albums, his heart sinking with each page he turned. The photos were changing. Faces he had known all his life were becoming blurry, indistinct. Familiar faces were disappearing, replaced by strangers. It was as if his memories were being rewritten, his past altered. His parents, his friends, his colleagues, they were vanishing, their existence erased by his manipulations of the past. Each change he had made, each small alteration was unraveling the fabric of his reality.
No, this can't be happening. What have I done? His voice trembled with fear and regret, the weight of his actions crashing down on him.
The echoes of actions unperformed reverberated through time, creating ripples that spread outwards, altering everything they touched. A haunting reminder of the delicate threads that weave our lives together. Each choice, each action, no matter how small, has the power to change the course of our existence. Time, once a constant, now felt like a fragile construct, easily shattered by the echoes of what was left undone. Daniel stared at the photos, a sense of loss washing over him. He realized that in trying to change the past, he had lost his future. The memories he had cherished were slipping away like mist in the morning sun, leaving behind only the echoes of actions unperformed. The world Daniel knew, the world he had so carelessly manipulated, was unraveling. His triumphs, the wrongs he had righted, the moments he had relived, they had come at a devastating cost.
The woman I loved, the friends I cherished, the family I held dear, they're gone, their existence wiped clean as if they were mere lines erased from a cosmic chalkboard.
In their place stood strangers, living out lives he did not recognize in a world that felt both familiar and terrifyingly alien. The weight of his actions, the consequences of his hubris, crashed down upon him with the force of a supernova. The guilt was a physical thing, a leaden weight in his gut. He had sought to craft a perfect life, a tapestry woven with threads of success and happiness.
Instead, I had unraveled the very fabric of my existence, leaving behind a void, a desolate wasteland of my own making.
The laughter of children on the street was a painful reminder of the family he had erased. The sight of lovers walking hand in hand amplified the gaping hole in his own heart.
My ambition had blinded me. My desire for control had backfired, leaving me stranded in a desolate landscape of my own design.
Dear Section 7, The Dissonance of Memories, Real and Rewritten. The device lay open on the table, its once alluring glow now a malevolent taunt. It whispered of infinite possibilities, but the price was too high, the burden of its power too great to bear. I was trapped between worlds, haunted by phantom memories of lives unlived, of loves lost and found and lost again. My present was a distorted reflection of the past, a funhouse mirror reflecting back fragmented pieces of the man I no longer recognized. The device, once a symbol of hope and second chances, was now a shackle, a constant reminder of my folly. Section 8, The Present, a Gift Unwrapped, John. And then a realization dawned, slow and painful, but ultimately liberating. Time, I understood, was not a river to be dammed and redirected, but a mighty ocean, vast and indifferent to the whims of a single being. Each moment, each interaction, each joy and sorrow was a wave crashing on the shore of my existence, shaping me, defining me. To tamper with the past wasn't just arrogant, it was futile. The past, with all its imperfections and missed opportunities, was what made me who I was. It was the foundation upon which my present was built, a foundation I had foolishly attempted to dismantle. Section 9. Letting go of the hands of time, John. With a shuddering breath, I made my decision. I would use the device one last time, not to change the past, but to restore it, to undo the damage I had wrought. I would return to each moment, each choice, each event, and let it stand. The erasures, the alterations, the manipulations, I would set them right. It would be an arduous journey, a pilgrimage of redemption, but one I knew I had to undertake. I owed it to myself, to the people I had erased, to the memories I distorted. Section 10. The journey forward, embracing the now. John, the journey back was long and arduous, each correction a painful reminder of my hubris. But as I painstakingly restored the timeline, a strange sense of peace settled over me. Every adjustment, every small fix was a step towards understanding the gravity of my actions. The weight of my mistakes was heavy, but with each correction, I felt a bit lighter, as if the universe was forgiving me, one small piece at a time. I was no longer trying to control time, but to flow with it, to embrace the ebb and flow of life's journey. It was a revelation, a profound shift in perspective. Instead of fighting against the current, I learned to move with it, to let it guide me. The past was a lesson, the future a mystery, but the present was a gift, a moment to be cherished. I returned to the present not as the man I thought I should be, but as the man I was meant to be. Flawed, scarred, but ultimately undeniably human. My imperfections were no longer burdens, but badges of honor, each scar a testament to my journey, each flaw a part of my story. I embraced my humanity with all its messiness and beauty, and found a sense of peace I had never known before. I placed the time travel device back in its velvet nest, the celestial map engraved on the lid seeming to shimmer with new meaning. It was no longer just a tool, but a symbol of my journey, a reminder of the lessons I had learned. The stars on the map seemed to align, telling a story of redemption and growth, a story that was still being written. It was a reminder of a power that should never be wielded lightly, a power that ultimately paled in comparison to the simple, profound beauty of existing in the present moment. The present was where life happened, where memories were made, where love was felt. It was a reminder to live fully, to be present, to appreciate the here and now. The attic was no longer a repository of forgotten things, but a sanctuary, a place where I could reflect on the past, embrace the present, and look towards the future, not with a desire to control it, but with a heart open to the infinite possibilities that lay ahead. It was a place of peace, a place of hope, a place where I could dream without fear, where I could plan without pressure. The future was no longer a daunting unknown, but a canvas waiting to be painted with the colors of my experiences, my hopes, and my dreams. And as I stood there, looking out at the horizon, I felt a sense of calm, a sense of readiness, a sense of excitement for the journey that lay ahead.